Be careful.
Yes, check out as you check this one. It's slash 2. You see everything? Huh? Sometimes
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Good morning.
Uh, nice. If everyone can just unmute and say good morning, that would be really good.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Habari.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to our very first virtual session that is on leadership assessment, leadership projects. We're going to be taken through and facilitated by very able Maureen Murega. So before we start, can anyone volunteer to pray before we start the meeting? Anyone? Or I can just pray because it's the first one. And then moving forward, we'll have different people praying throughout the different sessions. So let's pray. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we come before you this morning with thanksgiving in our hearts for this avenue that you have given us, oh God, to just be able to increase our leadership skills and our knowledge in various things, especially here on TV. And even as we go through this, it help us to understand what we are being told and give us the knowledge for execution and wisdom for the same. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to welcome Maureen Murenga, our facilitator, to take over.
Hi everyone. How is your week going? I'll give each person a moment. If you are able to just unmute, we see you a little bit, and also to confirm that you're here and to wish you the blessings of the new year. So maybe I'll begin with Natasha. Natasha, just open a bit of your video if you are able and wave, and if you are not able, just say hi.
Good morning, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so it's raining heavily in Zambia, so the network might be really interrupted, so that's why I can't I can't open my video because I'll disturb the whole thing. But happy New Year to everyone. I'm excited for this session and for the sessions to come. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Natasha. I'll go to Rabia.
I'm waiting.
Hi.
Okay. Hello, habari, and good morning, everyone, and happiest New Year 2025. And it's another year, and it's a blessing year as women leaders, to join and come together today. So looking forward for this meeting and happy to see you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And then now I'll go to Ivana.
Good morning, everyone. I have a bad cough, so I'll be texting in the chat box. Thank you.
Quick recovery, Ivana.
Thank you.
And then we go to Shayrat. Shayrat. Okay. Shayrat. Okay, then you go to Elizabeth Duro Woju. Elizabeth. Okay. We haven't found Elizabeth. Binta, my friend Binta.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hi.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Um, sorry, I'm having issues with my network. So let me open my face. Let's see my face. Can you all see me? Nice to see you, Maureen. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, I
And
am. I can see you, Binta. Good to see
hi,
you. New Year.
Happy New Year. Sorry, I'm going to be off and on because I'm at a physical meeting again. So, but it's I will be following everything that's going on. Right. I wish us all a successful celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, Binta. And then we have Francisca.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I can't open my camera right now because I'm just home. I woke up because of the meeting. I had a very hectic day yesterday. So happy New Year to everyone. And I'm so happy to see you, Maureen. You're looking fine.
Thank you.
And I wish everyone a happy deliberation as we begin this our first meeting. I'm looking forward to learning more from all of you. I can't stop saying that. I will always say it. So thank you, everyone, and welcome.
Thank you. And then we have Primos Nakajo.
Good morning, everyone. Happy New
Good
Year.
morning, Primos. Happy New Year.
I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
Okay. Ogambachi.
JND.
Happy
And
New Year.
Happy New Year. And then we have who haven't I mentioned?
You've
Beryl
not
will become the
mentioned
lead.
me. Good morning. You've not mentioned
Annabelle,
me.
yes, Annabelle. Yay.
Okay. I'm trying to put my camera on. Okay. Can anybody see me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, everybody. And my name is Abiola, or you can call me Annabelle, preferably. So, Happy New Year to everybody. It's nice to see everybody again. And Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Compliments of the season. I hope this year is the best one for all of us. And
Yes, hope so too.
we are looking forward. I am looking forward to learn more. And we all are looking forward to learn more. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Annabelle. Yeah, thank you,
right.
Annabelle.
I've not mentioned.
Deborah, you are there.
Good morning.
Hi.
And to everyone. I'm so glad to hear from everyone once again. And I wish everyone a happy celebration and a fruitful week ahead.
And then
Hi, Maureen.
hi Shayrat.
Hi. Sorry, I don't know, something's wrong with my settings, so my camera isn't working. But a happy new year to you all, and I'm super excited for this session and getting to understand more about what we're going to be doing. It's really nice to see you again.
Thank you. Then
Hi everyone. Good
hi
morning.
Marie. How is
Good
Mozambique?
morning. Bon dia. We are fine. We are fine. It's very hot here today and I am with flu. But all
Thank you. It's like you're breaking, or is it me? You are breaking up a bit, I think, because of the bandwidth of the internet. Okay. Who else? Who else from the cohort?
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Hi, Aura.
Yeah, I'm happy to see these beautiful faces of women leaders. I'm happy to be here and I hope to learn more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aura. So now in the meeting, we have Kevin Obede. Kevin will be helping with the projects, analyzing, giving feedback, also giving directions on how you can improve it. So Kevin, just say hi.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, love it. Love
Yes,
it.
ma.
Hi.
Good morning, ma. Good morning, everyone. I am Lovett. Good. I'm happy to be here with you guys today. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope that this year will be a fruitful one for all of us in the cohort. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Any other cohort? Okay, Kevin, can you say hi?
Thank you, Maureen, and everyone. I'm so happy to meet the first cohort online, and I'm very much thrilled to proceed with the leadership experience this year, and looking forward to all of you graduating and becoming alumni of the cohort. Thank you so much, Maureen, and every leader in the meeting.
Thank you, Kevin. Beryl.
Hi everyone, and a happy New Year to all of us. And I'm very happy to see you once again and to meet all of you, and looking forward to very fruitful deliberations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Beryl. And so thanks everyone. Our time has moved, so I'll just go to the presentation. Today we are going to talk about two things. We are going to talk about the leadership assessments, and then we are going to also talk about the leadership projects. So I'm happy we have begun the year well. We are healthy and ready to begin to deep dive on our leadership journey and our leadership experience, and be better people, be our better selves, at least at the end of this experience. So the thing has, my presentation just decided to jump. It has jumped. It is not how I downloaded it. I'm trying to download another one so that I can, that has not jumped. So I will stop share a bit just to download one that hasn't, to find if I have another one that hasn't jumped, and then we can use that one, because I want you guys to follow keenly. Yeah, so what I was saying is that we will talk about the project, the projects we are going to do that we need to start working on and submitting and stuff like that. So I found one that is that has not jumped. So let me make sure I minimize the other one that has jumped. Oops, not the one. Let me see if I can get the one that hasn't jumped. Can you see the new shared one?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is our agenda today. We are going to talk about the leadership project overview. We'll talk about deliverables and timelines, and then the next steps. So we lightly touched on the leadership project in our meeting in Abuja. And so right now we are going to go a bit into it because there are some deliverables that need to start happening. So number one, I'm sure we said all of us should think about the leadership project we want to implement. And as we think about it, make sure it is focused on improving health and gender equality or gender equality. So it can be a gender equality project without featuring health. That is okay. But if it is a health project, it must also have a component of gender equality. So that is one very, very important aspect of our project. Number two, it should leverage on your leadership skills. So it is something that you can take leadership over. It should be a project that you can make decisions around. And that brings us to number three. It should be in your scope of control or influence. If you think that you need somebody else's approval to do the project, it could delay or whatever with the tight timelines we have. So the project should be in your scope of influence. For example, you can decide to review your TB or malaria policy at the country to see if it is gender responsive, and that you can do on your desk. So that is within your scope of influence. You can decide to, maybe you do outreaches in your organization with other women and girls, and then you decide to incorporate the aspect of gender equality or to sensitize them on their rights and gender equality, for them to demand for gender responsive programs. That is still within your scope because you'll just be integrating the messaging into your day-to-day activities. So that is another key aspect of this project. And then you should be passionate about it. Don't do something that bores you. Don't. If you look at it, if you've written it down and you're looking at it and you're finding it really boring, drop it. Do something that you're passionate about, that you'll enjoy doing. So let that be a really significant consideration of your leadership project. So the leadership project, this program is focused on building yourself as an individual, and then building your institution where you work in, or the institutions that impact on the lives of the women and girls in your community. And then thirdly, influencing the society, influencing the community. So it is a three-phase kind of leadership project. So the project that you are thinking of, or that you have been thinking of over Christmas and in the new year, that project should be focused on women and girls in health. So it should be about the health and well-being of women and girls, or it can be a project that catalyzes institutional change. Maybe you want to begin an advocacy process to change something at the institutional level. Maybe it is the Ministry of Health, or it is the Ministry of, or it is the HIV program, it's the TB program, or it is just the gender program in your country, or some people have local affairs ministry, whatever ministry, whatever institution you want to change, it can catalyze institutional change. Number three, the project can also be about optimizing pathways to leadership, bringing other women along, women and girls, building the leadership of other people around you. So that could be another topic of your project. And then finally, there's a lot of conversations around building integrated and resilient health systems or systems of health. Many women, when they access services, it is so integrated, it is so dismantled that if they are pregnant and they have HIV and they have TB and they have and probably later they'll deliver a child, you find that for the antenatal clinic, they have to go to a different hospital. For postnatal, they have to go to a different hospital. For TB, they have to go to a different hospital. For family planning, they'll go to a different hospital. For the child's clinic, they'll go to a different hospital. So it becomes a burden for the women to access health services. So I think around building integrated and resilient health system, that is also an option. If probably you want to write a project around it, or you want to do an advocacy around it, or you want to build momentum and conversation by sensitizing your communities to demand for integrated services. So those are ideas for the project. Anybody with a question up to that place? Okay. If you have any questions as I'm talking, please use the chat. Remember, this is a safe space and nobody will be judged when nobody will be judged for asking a question. There's no stupid question. There's no silly questions. We already made the rules. So feel free to ask any questions. If you can't hear me clearly because there's a background noise, please let me know. So as we look at the leadership project, it is an opportunity for each and every one of you to design and lead an effort that taps into your expertise, into your network, into your passion, and into your creativity. So you have to look at sorry, I had asked for it to be recorded. Charlotte, I've sent for you the link for recording because we want other people who are not here to get this recording. It can help them. So this is an opportunity for each member to design and lead an effort that taps into their expertise, their network, their passion, and their creativity. So this project that you're proposing, it will provide your cohort, like us, we are the cohort, it will provide us, our team at TB Women Academy and the global health community with a better understanding of not just you as a health technical expert, but as a current and a future leader. So the project should be about you, about your passion, about something you really love to do, so that when we look at it, we know, this is so-and-so's passion. Like, for example, many people, if you ask them about who's Maureen Murenga, they'll tell you she's very passionate, especially around children, because that's the area I do with a lot of joy and with a lot of passion. So I'm identified with that. So you do a project that when we look at, we can identify and say, oh, this is what Binta loves doing. So this is really Binta. And then it should not only leverage your current skill, but also help you to stretch and challenge yourself. Do a project, write a project that you'll be sitting around and thinking. It will open you to think out of your box. You'll be thinking critically. So what's the next step? So what can I do? Let's be a bit ambitious in terms of the thought process of our projects. Bring something new. Don't do a project that people have been doing. Don't go and copy paste a project. Bring in a new idea that is really reflective of your skills and your ability to think outside the box. So what we expect to get from you, are a project, it's just one paragraph, you know, the size of an abstract that talks about the project's title and in one paragraph describes what the project is all about. So that is the project title and description of the project proposal. So it will be just a little paragraph. So we shall receive the project title and description of the project proposal, and then we will review it. Kevin and I will review it, and then we will give you feedback on how we can strengthen it or how we can make it more interesting and stuff like that. After your project title and description has been approved, you will now develop a theory of change. The theory of change is supposed to help you to see the milestones you have made in your project. Sometimes some of the advocacy processes are very painful because it takes a while before a change is made. But if you have a theory of change, you are able to celebrate every milestone that you make. And then we will have an implementation plan that will also, all these must come to us, and then we approve, and then you move to the next step. After we've approved your theory of change, you'll write an implementation plan. After that has been approved, you'll do a stakeholder analysis, and then you can progress with implementing. And then at the end of this project, we are trying to look for resources so that we have another face-to-face meeting. Then you can do a presentation. Each and every one of you will make a presentation of their project, whether it is complete or it is still ongoing, but it will be good to make a presentation of the project. And even after the liftoff, we can follow up to ensure and see how you're moving on with your project. So like I told you, we want you to really think out of the box. And some of the main aim of this project that you're doing is to develop yourself. The main aim of the leadership project is for you to develop yourself. So make sure that it is something that you're also learning from. So make sure when you're looking at the scope of your project, stretch your thinking. Stretch your thinking to make sure that you're thinking of something that is really exciting, will add value, and is within the parameters that we have given among gender, women and girls, gender equality, health. So make sure it is within the parameters, but you're thinking of something new. And then make sure it is also linked to your day-to-day work. We don't want your bosses to sack you because you are in the TB Women Academy. We want you to put it in your day-to-day work, so that when you are doing your day-to-day work, you are able to sum it up with the project. You are able to fix this into your day-to-day work, and that it doesn't take, again, a lot of your time and resources. And then when you're looking at the lens, when you give it a lens, when you give your project a lens, make sure there is a component of diversity, inclusion, and equity. The DIE is very, very important, because when we're talking about gender, we cannot talk about gender without considerations of the interconnectedness with diversity, inclusion, and equity. Then, when you are looking for skills, how will you implement it? When you want to implement it successfully, you need skills. Think about collaboration. You are the vision bearer, but you can collaborate with other actors and offer your presence in the project, ensure you're all in, you're present, you are bringing in a team of others who are equally interested. And so that will help in bringing in the skills that you may not have, but that are required in the project. So this is when you're looking at your project as developing yourself. So look at, what skills do I have? What presence do I have in my community? Am I felt? Those are the questions you ask yourself. What are the opportunities for collaboration? Because we are not a know-it-all group. We need other skills that we don't have. What are the whatevers for collaboration, opportunities for collaboration? So when you look at your project in terms of developing others, Like I told you, this program, the leadership journey or the leadership experience is embedded on uplifting the individual, improving the institution, and influencing their societies. So when at the individual level, you will have the support of a mentor and a coach that will help you with your project. And I've already told you, I've already given you one person. There's Kevin. You know, Beryl is always available and a phone call away. You can reach out to Beryl. We now have Charlotte also in the team, that Charlotte is able to help you and connect you to the help you need, so that at the individual level, then you are supported. At the institutional level, like I remember, we are supposed to influence the individual, we influence the institution, and we influence the society. At the institution level, you can consider the policies, build a team, or ask your colleagues to work with you on your project, and build a team there. And also think of a policy probably you want to change or you want to influence. And then at the societal level, there's the component of advocacy. You need others to be able to do advocacy, but you'll also be able to provide thought leadership. You tell them, this is how I want this project to go. This is how I want us to advocate. So you continue providing leadership to this project. So, like I told you, we are going to do a theory of change. We will send you this template. So once your project idea and your project title has been sent, which is also not more than 1 page, just like half a page, a paragraph. You send us the title of your project and the idea you have behind the project. Once that has been received, we have had a back and forth, we have reviewed it, and it is the time to develop a theory of change. We will send you this template. Now, the theory of change should not be 20 pages. It is only 1 page. So you have to make the sentences short. So we've even indicated to them high-level bullet points and brief sentences. So in the theory of change, you'll do a narrative description. So it can be a description of the project from what you had sent at the beginning of the journey, or that you will send right now. And then you'll write a problem statement. Here you'll just list the kind of problem you're trying to solve based on a needs assessment or a vision and a priorities. So on the problem statement, again, that is just 1 short paragraph that is really intense, that with all the information. Short doesn't mean less, but condensed and fitting into that area. And then you are going to map stakeholders, the stakeholders you're going to work with. You'll identify allies, associates, adversaries, and opponents. So you must even know the people that would be against your project. For example, if it is an advocacy project to increase or for gender responsive, for gender responsive programs, you have to indicate you may face opposition maybe from some very patriarchal people. If it is a program on feminism, you will definitely get patriarchic people opposing your project. So you have to list, whom do you think? If you're advocating for right-based programs and the health system is not offering or considering people's rights, definitely you'll get a backlash. So you need to identify all those people. Who are your allies who will support? Who are associates who have agreed to work with you? Who are your adversaries? People who they're like frenemies, you know, like they're not like, they never have voted for you. And opponents, people who will just stand up and oppose the projects. And then in terms of intervention, and then after you've listed that in this theory of change, you'll list interventions, the actions, So some of the interventions you can put, for example, if it is a policy review, you can write what are the 3 things that have to be done. And then you also list who will do the 3 things, how will they be done, and when will they be done. So that is in terms of intervention. So you can say, we will review the TB policy for gender responsiveness. So we means you, and then you will do a desk review of that policy, and you will do it by April 2025. And then, so then you can go to outputs. This is number of things to complete. For example, there'll be 1 report of the review of your TB policy, or a review of your malaria policy. There'll be 1 report, or maybe you're developing a training curriculum for young women and girls on gender and HIV or feminism. And in that training curriculum, your deliverable would be a training curriculum in place. If you are reviewing that policy I was talking about, you'll have a draft policy in place. And then outcomes, what change would you expect to see? So you write there, I think with the agenda responsive TB program, we are able to see more women and girls access treatment, and or people of different gender are considered, and it's made possible for them to access services. If it is a training curriculum, what change do you expect to see? You expect to see increase in knowledge, and you can know if there's an increase in knowledge by doing a pre and post-test questionnaire, and therefore identifying if that person is able to understand. So finally, when we go down there is assumptions, preconditions, and risks. This is let's say, for example, you are reviewing the TB policy. The assumption will be that you will get a copy of that policy for you to review. Or if you are developing a training curriculum, the assumption is that you will have everything needed to develop a curriculum in place, and that the curriculum development department of your government will endorse that curriculum, or the Ministry of Health will endorse that curriculum for you to be able to use it at the community level. So these are the things that you assume that will be in place. And then what are the risks that would prevent it from succeeding? Even these ones you write, maybe the risk will be like there'll be no enough resources to do it, or you could develop a whole curriculum and then nobody uses it, or maybe there are people who will not be happy that you're developing a curriculum and you're not a curriculum development specialist or something like that. So you just put the risks. What do you think would affect that one? And then after that, you give us the indicators for measuring success. So for each outcome, what will you measure? For example, if you say you are developing a training curriculum on feminism, and then an outcome is that there'll be increase in knowledge, or that the curriculum will be adopted for use. So what will be the measure? Maybe if they adopt a curriculum for use, they write to you an email, so you can say there'll be email reports, or there'll be an approval, or there'll be a stamp, anything that will show that that curriculum has been adopted for use. Now, one thing I want to tell you is, don't write projects that are complicated. Don't write projects that will go very long. Just write short projects that you can implement within the year. Then finally, I told you that we will also look at a theory of change. The theory of change is the one that was here. This is the theory of change. Sorry, I didn't check. I didn't change the topic. So this is the stakeholder analysis. So this one is where I told you there's some place where we are going to look at who are for you, who are against you. So you'll fill in who are your opponents, who are your allies that have influence and power over your program, your project. And then who are your, like if you look at opponent and allies, and then as you write who are your opponents and who are your allies, you put those that have high influence on the upper left box, that this one will oppose me, but they really have a high influence over the project I'm doing. For example, if it is a project on increasing access to contraceptives for young women and girls, I don't think the religious institutions will be very happy with it, but they have a lot of influence in the society. They can actually fail your program. So you can put their religious leaders, because they oppose programs around family planning and they have high influence. Or you can simply write Donald Trump. And then who are your allies? People who have high influence and they'll support. Probably it is the Department of Sexual and Reproductive Health. Those ones have high influence, but they're sure if you're writing a program to increase uptake of contraceptives for young women and girls because they do not have contraceptives, or to increase adherence for pregnant and breastfeeding women with TB, then the TB program would be a possible ally. There are people who will oppose you, but they have low influence. For example, maybe your younger brother, they can say, I don't like this issue of contraceptives. They are your opponents, but they can't influence so much your program. Or the organization next door, maybe they're opposing what you do, but they have very little influence. So those ones you put on the lower box. And also the people who support you and they have the people who support you, the allies who support you, but they have low influence. So the ones that have high influence, it is the box on the upper left for me and lower right. I don't know how the box is looking from your screen, but that is how it will look like. And we have, I told you we have a team here that will help you to go through your project. This is later in the project as you keep implementing it. Then I told you we will also require your implementation plan. And the implementation plan will be summarized to maybe 2 pages where you do an introduction, you give us the purpose of your project, assumptions and constraints, you describe how you'll implement it, who are the people who will implement it, what are the major tasks, your M&D plan, and then we will also consider how it works with the leadership training that is ongoing. How does it connect with the themes of our leadership experience? And then there's a feedback template that we will share. The feedback template will have vision, feasibility, scalability metrics, stakeholder analysis, growth leadership, presence, relationship, feasibility, cultural and contextual lenses, but you don't have to use all these matrices listed in the rubric. It may be helpful to consider these elements as you finalize your theory of change and stakeholder analysis and implementation plan, but you may just consider those that are relevant to your project. So we will constantly have a leadership project status check. I can see time is up. We will constantly have a leadership project status check. So we will ask you the questions around how is your leadership project progressing? So if it is okay and you are making good progress, that is fine, you'll just continue. If you could use some help, there's the questions around project deliverables and overall timeline. You can reach out to Beryl and Charlotte. Technical advice about the project, reach out to Kevin. We'll share with you their contacts. And then personal leadership development challenges, you can reach out to Beryl again. If you're totally stuck, like you are there with your pen and paper, but you don't know where to move from or where to go to, please reach out to me. So Yeah. So for projects such as, for issues such as the leadership projects, anything about the TB Women Academy, leadership development, mentors, anything around leadership experience at large, you can go to Beryl. And for questions about assessments, about development, learning touch points, curriculum, and coaches, you can reach out to me. So I think that is it for today. We will just talk about the leadership because we moved because some of you requested that we have only 1 hour of the session because it was clashing with other things. That is what we did. So we may have the 1 hour and then we have frequent sessions. So up to there, I'll quickly, because we started about 10 minutes, you can allow us to extend with a bit of 10 minutes if you allow us, just for questions and clarity. And if you feel you still want, we are going to send you by tomorrow, this one written up in a nice, what is it, instruction paper. So if you are going to have any questions after that, please reach out to us. Reach out to Beryl, reach out to me, Kevin, all of us. You'll find our contacts. Charlotte will share the email addresses of the people you don't have. I know you have mine, you have Beryl's. Charlotte will share the other emails so that you are able to ask any questions and think through your project as you think about it. Now, timeline. We are expecting to get your topic plus description, which is just a paragraph of the description and the topic, the area that you want to work on. We are expecting to receive it by end of January. That is 31st of January, 2025. You can consult with us before then to strengthen it, but at least the deadline for submission for that one is 31st January 2025. Charlotte will keep sending you reminders around that. And also you can book time to have with us and have a discussion about your project if you're still struggling to think through what it could be. Over. Yes, so any questions, comments? Let me check if there was anything on chat. Nothing. Okay. So if we don't have any questions, start working on the title of your project and also the one paragraph describing what it is. Let us have it. We can work through it together, or if you're comfortable, just do it and submit to us. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you so much for the beautiful presentation, Maureen. I believe everyone has had. In case of any clarification that you need, reach out to me. But that was very beautiful. We thank you again, Maureen. I've also seen Binta has also said thanks for the presentation at the chat. And in case there is no other question, Deborah is also saying thank you. In case there is no other question, feel free to end the session. We will get the document written instruction page for what has been discussed today later. Yeah, but other than that, it has been good, guys.
Yeah, so we are looking forward to start receiving those projects. We can't wait. I know, looking at the minds I met in Abuja, I'm looking forward to seeing very interesting projects. So change maker, leader, let's see you.
Okay, excuse me, please. I've seen Loveth on the chat saying that she has a suggestion. I think maybe she can bring it up before we close. Or she can share it in the WhatsApp group. I think maybe our network is acting up.
Oh, she said, can reminders be sent earlier during meetings? How early do you want it to be? Because the reminders are sent an hour before meeting. So I'm not sure. Perhaps if you can say the specific time.
I think Charlotte will send me reminders like an hour before the meetings. So please. Okay, on our next steps, ensure you finalize and refine your projects and share them by 31st. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. We are a community, and we'll continue uplifting one another, supporting one another, and also empowering each other. And remember, we are on this transformative journey of change in women's health. I really appreciate our mentor, Maureen Murenga. It's a special thank you. You've guided us, and your expertise is really required on this. It's been instrumental for us. Thank you so much, team, and thank you so much, Maureen.
Well, that's guys. You guys are welcome. See you in the next session. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.